love of my island, yeah. Listen, well, I met this girl last summer, had the prettiest thing, beautiful smile with the prettiest skin. She was looking for a place to vacation. Me say my home is a great destination. I said, would you agree to take that vacation with someone like me? I know the perfect place you can be free, baby. Let's do it in Jamaica, hey, where the summer sun is always shining, happy people always smiling. You'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica, hey, the nicest place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica. That's where all the fun is, baby. Feel free to get wild and crazy, or just relax and be lazy. Me say whatever you want, whatever you need, it's alright with me. Even if you want to try out the trees, baby. Let's do it in Jamaica, hey, where the summer sun is always shining, happy people always smiling. You'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica, hey, perfect place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica. If you feel like party with me, let me make it real easy. You just need to get up and shake off your troubles and smile with me. Relax for a while with me. Enjoy the island breeze, baby. Let's do it in Jamaica, hey, where the summer sun is always.
Greetings, 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 and salutations, one and all.
Let's do it in Jamaica, hey, the nicest place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust
One of the places where we love to do it.
Jamaica.
Whatever your it
The
is.
question may ask you still not answer me. The invite is open, your tickets on me. So let me ask you again, girl, would you agree to take that vacation with someone like me? I know the perfect place you can be free, baby. Come with me to Jamaica.
Music from Corey kicking things off.
The sun is always shining, happy people always smiling. You'll see. Let's do it.
Track is called Let's Do It in Jamaica.
The nicest place to get away, and we have summer every
I want to say big ups to everybody locked in right now, those from near, those from far, those tuning on TuneIn Radio. The night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, welcome, welcome.
always smiling. You'll see.
The massive from across the pond. Top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK, One Harmony Radio. King Genius, Queen Genius, much love to ya.
Trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica.
Big ups to the massive out of New York,
The prettiest thing
exhibiting the power of music with Island Worldwide.
to vacation. Me say my home is a
China Nicole, Gear and the Jump Out production crew, much love to you.
to take that vacation with someone like me. I know the perfect place you can be.
Big ups to the New Jersey massive,
Let's do it in Jamaica.
locked in on NIE Radio.
The summer sun is
With
always
my brother from another mother, the motivator.
smiling. You'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica.
Also out of New Jersey, mix102.com.
Away, and we have summer every day.
And their big bad sister station in Jamaica, Earth 96 FM.
That's where all the fun is.
Symbol putting in the work and holding things together.
I just
Much love, my brother.
me say whatever you want, whatever.
Big ups to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com.
Let's do it in Jamaica.
Mr. Lindsay, veteran in the business.
Summer sun,
Much respect, sir.
happy people always smiling. You'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica.
Massive bubbling on Zeno FM
Place to get away.
in the stew pot.
Summer every.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Let's do it in Jamaica.
Those on YouTube Live,
Party with me. Let me make it real easy. You
blessings to ya.
get up and shake off your troubles and smile with me. Relax.
And of course, those here at the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. Welcome, welcome.
Summer sun is
So glad to have you, couldn't do it without you. You have my word, I wouldn't even try.
Let's do it in Jamaica. Hey, the nicest place to get away.
Blessings to Eugene.
Summer
I see ya.
Hey, trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica. So what will it be? The question
Let me just take care of some housekeeping. I want to say thank you to my segment sponsors. Yeah, these are the last few days that you're going to be seeing this in this sense. The Pulse Media Group has handed over the reins. So those of you out there that have your websites looking for somewhere to host it, as Pulse Media shuts down their doors, they have turned over the server to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew, yours truly. So if you have a website and looking for somewhere to host it and you want to grow with your community, the Pulse Media server, you can get on it through me. 773-789-STEW, you know the number, right? Just give me a link. Work out the details. Thank you, Pulse Media Group.
Listen, when I met this girl, I
want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea SU is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broward County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. So if you're visiting any of those areas, if you live in those areas, want to gift somebody a nice massage that is in those areas, give her a call, 954-655-9000. She only has one request, is that you get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done. It's called the Kevin Stew clause. Call her up, tell her Kevin Stew sent you. I want to say thank you to the Global Base. Global Digital navigates your journey across music, event planning, event marketing, and much, much more. It's a realm where their social spheres awaken through their masteries. Go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free, just like their consultation. Free. The Global Base is your catalyst for everything related to music production, radio, and event promotions. Check them out today, daglobalbase.com, theglobalbase.com. Tell them you heard about them on the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. I want to say thank you to McNeil Trucking. McNeil Trucking is a veteran-owned, licensed and insured mover in the state of Florida. So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville, Naples to Palm Beach, Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between. You want to put some things in storage, move something around the corner. You don't have the transportation, you don't have any idea how to get it done, you don't have the manpower. Don't worry. You have the name, you have the number. McNeil Trucking, 954-406-9740. Tell them you heard about them from Kevin Stew. They got you. Those of you who live out of state and want to move into Florida, you can call them too. And if you're looking to move out of Florida, they still got you. Thank you, McNeil Trucking.
Perfect place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust me, let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining. Happy people always smiling. You'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica, the nicest place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust me, let's do it in Jamaica. When I met this girl, I
want to make sure to mention that the audiobook is available. Somebody wondering, what audiobook? Empowered. Essential concepts and strategies every woman should know about self-defense. This book This audiobook is available on Audible. Quick way to get to it, visit kevinstew.com. You'll see a copy of the book cover. Just click on it. It takes you to exactly where you need to be to download a copy of your book today. And don't let the title fool you. I learned a lot as I narrated this book. You will learn a lot from listening to it. So it doesn't really matter your gender. Once again, for those listening and not watching, the book is Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman should know about self-defense. Get one for yourself and gift one to somebody else. You will not be disappointed.
If you feel like party with me, let me make it real easy. You just need to get up and shake off your troubles and smile with me. Relax for a while with me. Enjoy the island.
I want to say big ups to those who are working behind the scenes at the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. You can catch the activities of One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation by way of tuning in to Reason with Ratigan on a Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then a Wednesday night, 7 p.m. New time, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. You can find them on YouTube and on Reggae Global Radio. Connect with them, One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, ojldf.net, and see what they're doing. They're holding the government of Jamaica accountable, exposing corruption, teaching people how to file ATIs, access to information requests. Things that are important for every citizen to know how to hold their representatives accountable. We're here, live and in living color. It's the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Yours truly, Kevin Stew, holding it down. Inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call somebody, anybody, everybody. Let them know. Community and Finance Night right here. And tonight, I'm really handing it over to NHWU. They didn't know this until just now when I said it. But it's really their broadcast. I'm facilitating it. And thank you, Korik, for that track. Let's Do It in Jamaica. One of the wickedest tunes promoting Jamaica that I've heard in a long time. And it was, in my opinion, unjustly disqualified from the festival competition a few years ago. But it will forever be my winning song for that year. Big ups, Korik. So tonight we're talking about the National Hospitality Workers Union. Ever heard of it? Probably not. And no problem, because after tonight, you're going to know a lot about it. Big ups to the people on YouTube Live. Of course, I encourage you to share it out, tell people, call people, let everybody know. Missy Bram, G Angel. Where's Merle? I don't even see Merle. I know she's around. Gina, big job earlier. Much love. So I have some people here, and they've been waiting patiently. One of them, I don't know if I'll actually get her to actually speak, but as I have, let me start with Mike. I'll start with Jamaics, as some of us know him, Mr. Downer, who is no downer at all, by any stretch of the imagination. Let me go ahead and bring him on screen here. Big ups, Jamaics.
Greetings, my brother Kevin. Blessings to you and your listeners.
Yes, man. Yeah. And it's so catchy. And that was All right. Much respect. Wait, people in the chat are saying that they're not hearing Jamaica's. No, it's not your fault. It would be as a result of changing up things on my side. Mercy, mercy, mercy. People, I want to tell you, you would have to have been here earlier to get an understanding of what is going on tonight with this. All right, I do apologize. People. All right. Let me see. They might give me a check
Testing,
now.
are you hearing me properly?
Testing, are you hearing me properly?
They're
I think
hearing
them
me.
can hear you now.
They're hearing me.
People, you're hearing mics now, right?
Them said,
Everybody on the radio side
mm-hmm.
heard you.
But YouTube not hearing me.
YouTube not hearing me.
Yeah, yeah, they're very clear. You're very clear now.
Okay. All right. Let me go over all of that once more,
Yeah, the
because I
people on the
want
radio
to.
side, I apologize. You get to hear it twice.
All right. Don't apologize, man. They're lucky. They're good to hear it all over again. I must say good night once more, and I bring bring the voice of over 300,000 tourism workers in Jamaica, and I don't take that for granted. This union, National Hospitality Workers Union, was born not out of convenience, but one out of conviction. People know me in the public space for speaking about what the social and political space is like in the country, but the National Hospitality Workers Union come from when I was wrongfully terminated at Royalton Blue Waters because I stood up and speak the truth that has been silenced for so long. Many of my colleagues, co-workers, they have these thoughts in mind, but they feel reluctant to say anything because they are afraid of losing their job. But I believe that the truth is constant and consistent, and it's like a lion. You set it free and it will defend itself. So when I came out and I spoke about the injustice in the tourism industry, because my livelihood was cut and I still don't have a real means of taking care of myself and my family. But through all of that pain, I know that I should be the last tourism worker that's supposed to be unjustly terminated. And when I came out and let my voice be heard, and as the Persian poet Rumi said, he said, start your fire and seek those who fan your flame. So I was able to find persons in the diaspora and here in Jamaica that do have family and friends that are still engaged in the tourism sector. And they have came along and we have started the National Hospitality Workers Union from last year, December. And here we are today. We are established, ready to go, and we are ensuring that we not just protect the rights of the Jamaican people, but preserve it as well. And we're doing it from the perspective of holistic perspective to say that Jamaica needs to change. So the National Hospitality Workers Union, that is what we are. And we are not just a union, we're a movement and a catalyst for change. So good night again. The team and I are here to have the conversation and take the questions. So good night again.
Yeah, much respect, Jamaics. And also, you have Angela with us. But before I get to, well, no, let's go ahead and bring her in. Angela, please introduce yourself
Thank you,
and tell us
Kevin.
your
Thank you,
story, how you
listeners
got
out
involved
there.
with
I
this
am
group.
Angela Foster, and I lived in America for about 26 years. I was an undocumented domestic worker for years. and I was taken advantage of. I mean, being asked to walk the dog, do the family's laundry, you name it, for $10 an hour. Until I met someone, another nanny, who introduced me to this organization of women workers. And I started to organize there with them because I domestic workers were not treated fairly, and they were not included in the traditional Bill of Rights. And I myself, because of how I was treated, that was the dog that was in me that is pushing me. They said not the dog in the fight, but not the fight in the dog, not the dog in the fight, but the fight in the dog, and that was my fight. And I started with outreach to other nannies and other domestic workers about their rights. We were instrumental in getting the Domestic Worker Bill of Rights passed in 2014 in Massachusetts, a feat that people thought wasn't possible, but we got it done. And since then, I've been organizing. I've been an organizer for over a decade. When I left Massachusetts, I was a co-director with the organization. And my primary job here at NHWU is I'm the director of member engagement and outreach. And I am, say, the forefront of the organization, uh, doing outreach, leading ongoing base building activities, and connecting with potential new members, Michael, myself here, and organizing member leaders, relationship building, coaching, and development. And we and fundraising, know your rights training, new member orientation, all those trainings that we have going on. So basically, I am building the curriculum for the organization and the outreach coordinator, and empowering hospitality workers because they need a voice. They need someone to stand for them. And how I really got involved was by coming back and forth to Jamaica. I started, as an organizer, it is ingrained in your system. You do outreach every day. And I started at the airport talking to wheelchair handlers about their rights, about their pay, if they're earning a sustainable wage, if they're being paid overtime. And the stories that I hear, it really breaks my heart. And I said, no, I have to come home. I have to come back to my country, because here I am in America fighting for rights and dignity and protections for other workers. But my own people, I am the daughter of this soil. They are here suffering. I remember I wrote a letter years ago before I even started organizing with NHWU to Moon Palace about the workers. I wrote them, these workers need to be paid in US dollars. These workers need to be paid time and a half overtime. All those. I never got a response, but at least I tried. And as I said, I've been talking to these airport workers and hotel workers. And when I see hotel workers on the street at night walking home, that is more than enough for me to fight for my hospitality workers in Jamaica. Because if they miss that bus, they have to catch a taxi, pay a taxi out of that measly wage to take them home. We don't know how often that happens, because they are overworked, underpaid. They're overworked to the point that they can't leave their jobs to go to catch that hotel bus to take them home. So it's a lot, Kevin. It's a lot. And NHW is committed to this fight. I know we're going to come up against a lot, but we are prepared. As Leela Watson said, the abolitionist, if you have come to help me, you're wasting your time. But if your liberation is bound up with mine, then let's get to work. And that's what I'm here for. I am reporting for duty.
Well, I'm glad you have reported for duty. Pull this up. The idea behind NHWU seems simple enough, and you can only ask: has there never been an organization like this that is looking to be a voice for hospitality workers?
Thank you for that question, Kevin. And I want to first acknowledge our treasurer being here. Miss Arthur is here. I just want her to quickly say good evening. And then I will definitely take up that question. That is a very good question that you asked. Miss Arthur, if you don't mind.
Good evening, Kevin. Good evening, listeners. How are you?
Cheryl is with us. Good evening, Cheryl.
Great. I'm good. Thanks.
I'm well.
My name
Let
is
me tell
Cheryl.
you, Miss Cheryl don't do
How are
this thing
you?
normally. I just want to quickly.
Excellent.
Yes, I'm usually in the shadows and I work best there. Yes, but my name is Cheryl Arthurs and I'm
Understood.
been working with this team here on establishing the National Hospitality Workers Union. I am here because I've had family members who are in the hospitality industry who are contract workers and have been so for 10, 20 years, and there are absolutely no benefits for them. They have no break times. They're given 20, 30 rooms to clean and are expected to complete that within an 8-hour period, and which is impossible because not every room is the same, not every situation is going to be the same. So I like a quote that Martin Luther King had said that injustice for one, let me see, injustice anywhere is a threat to injustice everywhere. And whether it affects one directly, it affects all indirectly. And for that, I'm passionate about the changes in Jamaica. I'm passionate about seeing the changes for my people. And that is why I too am returning home to help boots on the ground in effecting change for Jamaica. Thank you.
Well, I thank you for putting in that effort. We're gonna have to talk some more because, of course, you hold the purse string. So we're talking about the finances that are involved with this movement, this organization. We're gonna have to hear a little bit more from you, please and thanks.
Yes.
Now, Mike, back to the question of the organization. With here it is, NHWU has popped up 1 month old.
Good question. We are 1 month registered. We have been together since the 4th of December. The 2nd of December rather. So we have been brainstorming this and now we have been manifesting and we're out here. I just want to say again, Kevin, you are the only one that got Miss Arthurs out in and talk. She's a very efficient, effective worker, but tell her to talk to the public, no rasta. But anyways, I thank you for that question. And yes, I must appreciate University Alliance Workers Union with Mr. Harvey. They have been a union who tried to to represent hotel workers. They have done it with 2 different hotels. So what we have done at the National Hospitality Workers Union is to do our homework to see that how has the fight has been, who has been in the fight. And even though I appreciate their effort, there are lot of bureaucratic red tapes when it comes on to actually representing them, and there some of the barriers are the knowledge and getting to the people on the at the hotel. When you ask, is there anything like the National Hospitality Workers Union, I will say no, because the National Hospitality Workers Union is coming from the belly and the base of what the tourism product is. So I must say I acknowledge the fight that has done before us, but the real fight that needs to be done, it has to be taken from a perspective of not just protecting and enforcing the labor law of 1975, but it needs to also preserve that. And we're talking about entrepreneurship, we're talking about community-based initiatives, and sustainable development for over a long time. So yes, we have had people who have tried, but it is a very complex sector because it holds the second largest workforce in the country, which is over 300,000 people. Agriculture sector over 400 and odd thousand. Yeah.
So which workforce is that and this? Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. So all right. Here it is. You were a hospitality worker. And you saw some injustices.
Yes.
It's not like you're
So prior to going to Royalton, I worked at Sandals. I grew up at Sandals. 9 years at Sandals. I started in 2013, at the back end of 2013. I worked with Sandals, Ochi Sandals, Montego Bay, and Sandals Duns River was my last property that I worked at. Whilst working at Sandals, Duns River, what had happened is that I was coming all the way from Montego Bay to come to Duns River, right? And I was on a break for like 2 weeks after to move to Duns River. I was on a break for 2 weeks, and as a butler, if you don't get tip, you only get base pay, which is $15,000. And tip again is optional, right? So what was the issue there is that I was paying like $5,000 for gas daily whilst not getting an income, right? Yes, man, from driving from Montego Bay all the way to Duns River. It was crazy. And let me tell you, expatriates, when they come to Jamaica, they have they get living salary and living spaces, sorry. They're offered living spaces. They knew of my situation of not getting an apartment close by, didn't get any. But anyways, there's a guest that came back who I've met at a different resort. He came back, and what he did was to tip me, right? He wasn't a butler guest, but he tipped me, and I was getting some stuff done for him. So he had said to them, because the concierge agent did not provide what you asked for. So he said only Michael was able to assist him whilst he was here. And somehow he had said that he had tipped me. So it causes a problem now, because they're saying that he's not a butler guest and he had tipped me, right? So they're saying that I solicited tip, and I said, no, I did not solicit any tip. It was something that the guests asked me to help them through their vacation, and they had given me money for this. This is something that we have done over the year as butlers, because only butlers at Sandals can take tip. So they brought me into a meeting, and they were going back and forth again, 2 weeks again, off work again, Kevin. So no pay again, right? And I was waiting for this meeting to happen at this hearing. it finally happened, and I just resigned on that day. They asked me to stay and asked me to give Sandals Duns River a chance, and I said my integrity will never be compromised, or my principle. So that is how I left Sandals, and I ended up at Excellence. And this is how I got to know how different the tourism is in different hotels, especially the Spanish hotels, and how they take advantage of the contract system. So I get to really know the tug of war and the I don't know how, it's a very hostile atmosphere, because supervisors, managers are at you for everything, because they have the power of the contract, not to sign your contract if they don't like you, if you're not kissing up to them. And this brings me to Royalton. So I saw a lot of injustice at Excellence. It was raw. When I went to Royalton,
Hold on. You've been in this position for how long now? Oh, so, yes.
they're still.
Okay. So 8 months old. The people on YouTube
Oh,
getting bad sound.
oh, okay.
Oh, it started happening a short while ago.
Pegasus.
They were hearing you clearly, but it's me that's hearing now. Strange things. Strange things. I don't know who's tonight. It's probably one of them flying horse thing. But okay, so 5 months. They can't. No. Yes. So now the people on the radio side, on all the radio affiliates, are hearing quite clearly.
Oh,
They're
okay.
having excellent audio there. And the people
Yeah.
over here on the TV side are struggling. This is why I'm kind of buying sometimes. I know they're watching. So y'all can see me fixing it.
Yeah.
Guys, and it's like also you change up things. Sometimes you have to find back that sweet spot that gives you the right audio mix on platforms. When you're doing multiple platforms. Yeah. And so that is what is happening here now with this. So let me try another thing here. Because I want people to hear exactly what is happening with you as it happens. And for you to get to where you are now with this organization and
Yeah,
growth
so
and
true.
development and the help that is needed for both the organization and for those whom the organization is seeking to assist.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I know people are sitting there getting nothing from both of us just now.
Okay.
So we can deep dive.
Finishing up with Royalton Blue Waters. Whilst at Royalton Blue Waters, I was able to observe a lot of injustice. The aesthetics of the canteen wasn't pleasing. I don't know if I should be saying this out loud, but when you're talking about infestation, insect infestation, and you're seeing it live happening, and there are many cases of people getting the runs, right? And imagine that you're at work and you cannot get even the opportunity to sit down and have a proper lunch, right? These are the type of things that we're seeing. Supervisors, managers are only liking you because you can do a favor for them. And when it came on to the protest, the first protest happened in Royalton, Negril. I was at home on break at the time. And then the next day I saw that Royalton Blue Waters was striking as well. So I said to myself, it's not just the pay that people are upset about, because Kevin, everybody wants more pay, right? And if you continue to say you want more pay, then I said everybody want more pay. So I'm saying no, it's not just the pay, it's the treatment, it's a lack of resources, right? It is the unpaid overtime, right? It is the lack of rest time that people are getting, the ability to mentally take care of themselves, aware of their different emotions. When I'm talking about people are coming to work and beggars, they're working beggars, no disrespect to them. As a butler, I used to get more. And a lot of people would say, no, Kevin, and I even can't, I wonder to myself sometimes if I am crazy, because I walk away and leave sandals where I potentially can get like 150,000 a week, right? And when I saw the injustice as a butler who's getting more than the others, and I choose to stand up, I remember the words of Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana in 1957 when he said that the independence of Ghana means nothing if it is not the independence of Africa. So it was the same story of myself. If I can eat better, I can't feel good that the sanitation worker, the housekeeper, the bartender, and those people are not being treated properly. Not even proper uniform, I'm telling you about, Kevin. People are getting 2 pairs of uniform for 1 whole week. When I say this to my to the HR manager to say this is not sustainable and this should not be happening, she's going to say that either I'm going to look at different work. So this type of hostile mentality, yes, this type of hostile mentality is the way that they have for the Jamaican people. So the day in particular, I stood up. I went to work and I stood up and I said that it is not just the pay that the people are concerned about. There's a host of things that they're concerned about. Can we sit down and talk about how can we better these things for the Jamaican people? Because we are the ones that cause the guests to come back. So if we are the ones who cause the guests to come back, why aren't we being respected and given the necessary tools to carry out our jobs? Let me tell you how stressing it be, Kevin, when you have guests that come to you 3-4 times and ask you for basic amenities that should be there, a tissue, a fan, a pillow, and you have to keep saying unfortunately. These are the type of things that we're enduring at the hotel. The 5-star hotels don't have the basic amenities to meet the guests' needs, and they're talking about exceeding guest expectation. You cannot exceed people's expectation if you can't meet it. And these type of stress of the company is put onto the staff, along with high cost of living in Jamaica. In their family pressures, cannot pay their rent, cannot buy food. And I'm saying this is not fair. I could go on and on, Kevin, but I want to share the space with Miss Foster, because she have heard the cry as well, and I have felt it and I see it happening.
Let's cue Angela. So assist there.
Kevin, I am a
Why not
patriotic
just
person,
work
very patriotic. Love my country, love where I come from, love the water. They carry the water upon my head. The one room I grew up in, I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And to know that I've gone to America, I've learned a lot in social justice. I want to bring that back and impart it to my Jamaican people. I want to educate people on the power that they have, the visibility power, the disruptive power that we can do. I want to engage people in knowing that you have your rights and you are to hold on to your rights. Because a lot of people in the hospital, as a matter of fact, a lot of workers in Jamaica don't even know the basic labor laws. And nobody is doing anything to educate them. People are not getting time and a half for overtime. I talk to, and it's not just hospitality workers. People, well, in the food service industry too. When you go into the supermarkets, I question them. I talk to the cashiers. I talk to the security guard. They will move a security guard from this post, put him to another post, and does not pay him double because they say that he's from one post to the next. You are working with the same company. So why should I stay in America and watch my fellow people suffer exploitation? No, I can't do it, Kevin. I can't. And I worked hard in America. It was so hard to organize some of our Caribbean people because the whole background master thing, them working for white people and them treat them good. Them treat them good by coming home early as a nanny. To go home early is like a privilege. Okay? When their birthday come, they give them flowers. That's not treat good. That's not treat good. That's my right. If you come home early, you can't bank hours with me. That is illegal. And people in Jamaica don't know about banking hours. So I am here to educate them. There was one nanny, Kevin, years ago. I spoke to her about organizing, about her rights as a domestic worker. She said, Angela, me not to know my rights because my this, my that. But you know what happened 2 years after, Kevin? She died of cancer. Why? Her employer treated her so good that she was afraid to ask the background master time off to go take care of her personal needs. You understand me? So she worked till she killed
To go
herself
take care of
with
herself.
cancer in her people them
Yes.
place. I mean, I just hope a lot of Jamaicans are on here because I'm using my Jamaican vernacular, which I love so much. So, yes. So I have to be here, Kevin. And as a Jamaican who went to live abroad, who has been through the ringers of being undocumented, you say, oh, what is going on now? Can you imagine if I was undocumented and living in the States? I cannot imagine what people are going through. Do you know how many people would like to come home? Do you know how many people would like to come home? It is not easy in America. And I've never, listen, it was one of the hardest things for me to buy winter clothes. And I've lived there for 26 years. You know why? Always seeing the sun. I'm always seeing Jamaica. I never felt like America was my home. I moved back after 26 years, and you can ask Michael, you can ask Cheryl. The area where I live in, you would never believe I lived there for 26 years. You would never believe that I've left here for 26 years because it's the same me, the same people that know me the same way. You understand me? And now that I'm fighting for hospitality workers, it makes it even. I have people reaching out to me. You have to do this, you have to do that. Some all want me run for councillor, so you must know.
Wow. Okay. For those of you who didn't hear my question to her, the question she was answering was, why not stay in America why go back to Jamaica? And that's where you hear her come in and say that she is patriotic. And so that is where we were coming from. That was a question that you didn't hear me ask. And I can understand you being asked to run for as an individual to represent these people, because that's what you're doing in this organization, in the NHWU. Now, given the nature of the industry and how widespread it is and how many people you have to reach, the attempts to do so, I'm sure, is challenging, or the efforts to do so, I'm sure, is challenging. And I'm anticipating that it's quite costly too, and this is where Cheryl comes into play, because she's crunching the numbers. So, Cheryl, I know you like to sit behind the computer and the calculator and the 5,000 stacks of paper so that you can balance the books. But I'm going to ask you to step out from behind that for a moment and tell us the challenge, the financial challenge that you're trying to avoid or trying to mitigate as
Thank you
this
for that.
organization is in its infancy,
And
trying to do some big work.
we're actually navigating that as we speak. We have done a couple of we've done brochures, we have done banners, we've done pamphlets, because we had engagements that we needed to be visible, and we need these materials in order to make ourselves visible. So for the current time, we've been dipping into our own personal funds in order to make this happen, because as you know, we're only a month old, and it does take time for us to garner supporters, sustainers, or donors. So we have to be visible. And these are essential items that are necessary for that to happen. So currently, as I said, we've been dipping into our own personal funds to make this happen, because we're actually passionate about effecting changes in Jamaica. I may not be a big speaker, but I'm in the background working. Okay. Part of that too is we have established, well, it's both Angela, myself, and Michael who's been dipping into our personal funds. We have established a non-profit foreign entity business license in the United States, because in order to facilitate Cash Apps, Zelle, GoFundMe, we needed to establish a business account in the United States. And so that's established in the state of Nevada. We also are establishing one in Jamaica, of course. But as you know, the challenges with transferring monies to Jamaica under, you know, how it is to with the MoneyGram, all that sort of thing. There are many challenges with that. So we wanted to be above board. We wanted to make sure we're above scrutiny. And so we established a non-profit business entity in the state of Nevada.
Can I come in on that a little bit, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you ever so much. I enjoy the process with Ms. Cheryl. It's artists to establish the non-profit in Nevada. I got to learn a little bit more. So this is one of the beauty that was born out of my conviction, is that I was able to learn a lot from coming out on Mr. Rattigan's program and in the meeting the right people. And I just want to say a little bit more, and I want to thank the ladies whilst they're here.
Right.
I really do appreciate these ladies, them dipping at them pockets. We can't say it no other way. Them dipping at them pocket and them ensure that things happen. My pocket is very shallow at this time, Kevin, I tell you. But I dip where I can as well. And indeed, as you say, it is a difficult fight, but with the heart and the mind that we have, and we have Miss Foster here with strategies. So if you had seen me last week, Friday, I was on the bus, the staff bus at these hotels, talking to the staff because we have to be in their face in terms of we're here for you, and we're here for not to take your voice, but to provide a space where your voice makes sense and it counts. So we have to let them know that we're visible. It doesn't take water or paper to Miss Angela, to Miss Foster there. She our vehicle ready, and she had come from me right on the yard. And even in times when I feel defeated and depleted, I found the strength in these ladies and others that are a part of the union, and just with the belief in mind that we are on our way to establishing what we need to in order to protect and preserve the rights of the Jamaican people. It has been difficult in terms of getting the message out, but we have been effective and efficient. And thanks for platforms like yours, Mr. Rattigan. And we are just moving along, because we are not going to sit down and cry and say that we don't have sufficient money. We are making use of what we have, because the passion and the belief is more than the money and the kind that it will come along the way. You know, again, I said earlier, sometimes I feel like a fool, Kevin, when I look back and I see my son used to eat a certain way, live a certain way. I used to do that, and I walked away from it. And I said to myself, Michael, you're not a sense, But at the same time, I said, man, as we grandparents tell me, sometimes we have to band with belly for a better way, man, for a better tomorrow. And I believe that what is happening in the tourism sector needs to change, and it's going to take sacrifice, it's going to take commitment, it's going to take bravery, it's going to take real courage, but most of all, it's going to take Jamaicans who are concerned and believers in change. And we are a catalyst for change, and we believe that the time is now, because the only time we have in life is now, and we are making it count with the little that we have.
Definitely. The fact that you are pushing through in the midst of all your challenges. The people on YouTube lost me again. So I'm going to say this as quickly as possible so that you guys can talk more.
I'm going to quickly say, and then I have Miss Foster come in a bit. What we need from our, I was just about to, most definitely. What we need from the public or concerned brothers and sisters, whether be in the diaspora or in Jamaica, we need your support. We need your belief. We need you to realize that we are not fighting against a system that is just here for a moment. We are fighting against a system that has been there for as long as we can remember. And what is actually needed? Funds is needed. We're still looking at people with expertise and understanding how we can take on this challenge even further. And we're also pushing the next arm of our union, which is the side about preserving, and we're hoping to move it to a point where we can now say open to shares and investment. We want people to look at this thing as an investment, that you're investing in the future of Jamaica. And we ask that you hold us accountable as well. Even though we're asking for assistance, we're asking that you hold us accountable, watch us grow, have concern about us. Feel free to give your advice. We're here to listen, we're here to improve, and we just asking you that to support us, that however you can support us, whether it be liking or sharing, whether it be if you're used to buy a cigarette or a drink, buy one less and saying that it is going to a worthy cause, right? We just need your support however you can, and we appreciate that. I would go to Miss Foster if you have anything else to add to that.
Yes, thank you, Michael, and thank you, Kevin. When I think about Harriet Tubman, I think of when Harriet Tubman used to go to New York, work in the summertime, get that money, and use it to free her people. We have dug into our pockets because we want to free our people. We want our people, our hotel workers, to be like the 1881 washerwomen. Would strike, got better wages, got uniforms. We want to have fun so that if a worker has been retaliated against, we can have that money to pay a lawyer, support them while they're out of a job. Michael has been out of a job for 8 months. Granted, we probably couldn't afford to give him 8 months of salary, but we could use those money to buy groceries for Michael, to supplement some of his maybe his rent. You know, all of that we need funding for. We need funding to go to, listen, the hotels are far and wide. We want to go from Portland, or it was Negril to Moran Point. We want to cover all of that stretch. And so we need assistance with maybe gas vouchers, whatever way people can, because this is a grassroots organization. And then we need people from the diaspora, because this is going to help all of us, because everyone has a family member, a friend, a cousin, or even an enemy in the hospitality industry. So we need that support. Everything is legitimate. We are registered, and we are passionate about our fight for the hospitality workers. This is our baby. This is what we are nurturing, because we want to see a change. We want change. And when do we want it? Now. We're going to come up against the hoteliers. Remember, they have their money. We don't have it. But we have our voice. We have our voices. And we can use that for change. I've been in America for many years, and I've seen changes upon changes because we use our voice, because we bond together, because we build relationships. We want the critical mass, but we need the critical relationship to expand so that people know that we are there for them. Thank you.
Yes. Cheryl?
There's a saying, a society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. Mine is about legacy. And we are building this movement to create a change in Jamaica, to create legacy, because we will be held responsible for the next generation, how we leave Jamaica, how we leave our country for the next generation. Are we going to sit by and let the same thing happen to them? Legacy, that's what it's about. Pass it over to you.
Well, those are powerful words right there from someone that is constantly behind the scenes, someone that prefers to stay in the shadows. the organization in its infancy is requiring a lot of help right now, because we know that in the first few years of any business, it's the most difficult years. You have already collectively as a group dipped into your own pockets to establish the organization on paper. You've put things in place to make sure that it's legit. Now, like Cheryl said, you guys have invested in literature, getting things out there that people, you find that these hotel workers are actually reading the material and understanding it when you go out there and talk with them.
That's an excellent question. And
especially that you are coming from that industry
so. But what I can say, Kevin, they are listening. And they are listening with their whole being and their body, because they're seeing that the tourism product of Jamaica makes $4.38 billion US, and the Jamaican people get $2 to $4 per hour. And when you look at Barbados makes $1.4 billion. That is 3 times less than Jamaica, and they are getting paid $5 to $6 per hour. So they are getting 2 times as much as what Jamaica is getting. And when we're able to illustrate this to the people, they're looking at us, they're saying, no, man, why are we getting the least when we are doing the best out of all countries? And then we also paint the reality. We are not about going out there and trying to pretty up things. We're saying it as it is. Because if you think about a Sanders that has over 9 different properties in Jamaica, of 22 stretched across the Caribbean. Here is the kicker, Kevin. Sanders started in 1981. The first property they built was Rock Bay, formerly known as Rock Bay, but it's now Sanders Montego Bay. It was a white guest that said to me, Michael, why is it that Sanders started in Jamaica, have the most Sanders in Jamaica, and the Jamaican people get paid the least? Let me say it again. The Jamaican Sanders staff get paid the least. Is this discrimination? I'm asking the question. Because it don't make it. And let me tell you another shocker. And this one hit close to home, because they ask an individual, I won't say the title or anything of the person. They ask people, managers in training, if you could create an initiative, an innovative initiative for Sanders, what would you create? A team member said that they would create a daycare because they had challenges getting to work. What did Sanders do, Kevin? Establish a daycare in St. Lucia and not in Jamaica. Come on, tell me for a second, Jamaican people. What are we accepting? Is this discrimination plain and straight in front of our face? Are the Jamaican people not good enough to be paid enough and to be treated with dignity? These are the things that we're accepting. And we're saying, this is not right. This has to change. This is basic human rights that we are talking about, Kevin.
I wouldn't have expected you to have said
yes, ma'am.
They created the
that is the reality
in another
very
country.
Sad and very, very wicked to have the person come up with the concept, all the details of it, and then establish it in another country. That is what we're facing as the Jamaican people. When you check across all the other companies, hotels, the same thing happening, where the Jamaican people, they are getting paid the least, no matter which other Caribbean, from Rio, an excellent who else? Bayer, all of these companies that have different properties stretched across the Caribbean. Jamaican people are paid the least, but yet still the Jamaican people got 17 times in a row best vacation country. So imagine you're not getting paid for doing well. This is the reality that the Jamaican people are facing, and we're asking, is it right? And Kevin, some things are going on in Jamaica. We have to wonder, what are we accepting? And the kicker, Kevin, we have no plan. We are getting no plans from either political party, granular details of how we are going to rectify this moving forward. And that is the sad thing. With 9 different hotel protesting last year, right? We have not heard any progressive policy that came from that instant where 9 different hotels have protested. Who is pushing these things underneath the carpet? Who is it benefiting? These are some questions that we're asking, because we cannot see that Jamaica's economy is a service-driven economy where 60% of it is service, where it comes to the BPO sector, financing sector, tourism. Tourism contributes to 35% of that. That means that tourism workers, I borrow words from Miss Arthurs that doesn't say much, but she said that the tourism workers are essential workers. And I have to concur with her, because if we hold so much, such a vast number, then that means that we are very important. And that needs to be acknowledged and to be respected. And that is all that we're asking for. Is that too much? The question.
Michael, I want to add something to that, Kevin, because in Barbados, workers are paid more than Jamaicans, and they also allowed to receive tips. But
There you go.
Jamaica sandals, they can't accept tips. And we are marginalized and disenfranchised in our own country, in the country of sandals and other origins for these hotels. Thanks.
That is hypocrisy, Kevin. No other word to say it or other way to say it. Hypocrisy. Tip free in another country, but firing staff and holding people to a certain style like you're disrespecting them for tips. That is what Sanders is doing, and others.
We need to continue the dialogue. We need to continue the exposure, because I don't see much changing without the revelation, not just in Jamaica, but like you're doing right now. There are 6 platforms that are simulcasting this right now in 3 countries. And so there are people that are hearing this for the very first times.
True.
The very first time. We can't let it be the last time. And we need your platform. We need your reception point to be known. People need to find you. People need to find the literature that you're putting out there. Not just those that are working in the industry. Those who recognize that people are in the industry that are being marginalized. If they didn't recognize it before, they recognize it now. And so, where is it that people can find this literature? Where is it that people can find the
Thank you for that
NHWU?
question. Again, funding detail, because we're working on our website as well. We're in need of cash to complete that. But for now,
Mm-hmm.
we're maximizing TikTok, we're maximizing Instagram. Instagram is NHWU underscore 4 threes. And that 4 threes mean continuous and blessings to moving forward. So, oh, that's true.
No,
Three,
if you say
four
four
times.
threes, Jamaica's people going to,
3, 4 times.
I could
yeah,
just said it NHW underscore 333.
yeah,
There you go.
right.
There you go.
So
There you go. It couldn't be any clearer than that. And I'm using from my
there you
personal
go.
page on TikTok because what we are about in our union as well is to ensure that we are reaching the mass. When we see that we have post something on TikTok for in a 2 or 3 hour span, it gets like 50 odd K views in a 2 or 3 hour span. So we know that is highly consumable there. Where there are thoughts of even having a YouTube page. We want to have a media arm. There's a lot of progressive thought that we have, but we know we have to take it a step at a time. We know that media, um, showing ourselves rightly in the media is extremely important, and we are building and we are appreciating for platforms like these. Kevin, again, amazing
Mm-hmm.
man. I appreciate you. But those are the places that you can look out for us. And also on Facebook. We're on Facebook, National Hospitality Workers Union. The
Yes.
word spell out just like that. National Hospitality Workers Union. And you find us there, all your questions, all your queries. We are ready. And we have our meeting. If you do wish to invite, we are say coming along. Come along. Mhm.
Political connections. You said you haven't heard anything positive, anything
Mhm.
constructive, anything much of substance from any of the two parties. Yesterday, I was on a conference call and managed to speak with
Mhm.
a representative out of St. James. And I believe Jeffrey Tavares will have her as his
Mhm.
guest tomorrow night on his Make We Talk program. Are you actively seeking those who you believe would actually do something
That's a
politically?
brilliant question. We are open to consultation. As I said before, not saying that the People's National Party has not said anything about tourism. I'm talking about the granular details. And again, this is the importance of NHWU because we know the situation firsthand. We're not guessing it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what we're asking from those, from the representative of the People's National Party, is to consult with us. They know who I am. I have been out here in the public space. I've not got anybody reach out to me. I've tried reaching out to others as well. Um,
Yes.
I've reached out to others, tell them who we are, and probably the guest that Mr. Tavares will have on tomorrow. Unfortunately, nothing as yet. We're still open to having conversations because it's not like we're a union that we have everything together at this time, and we are saying that we don't want to have any conversation. Of course, we do want to have conversation, but you're here in the public space that they're going to speak about, they're going to take care of the contract workers. What are the real details about it, right? We are listening to hear that if you work 3 months or 3 or 6 months, you must become a staff. Listening to hear
Mm-hmm.
things like
Mm-hmm.
those. You're going to take care of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
contract. Well, how are you going to take care of it? We are new, but I have been in the public space about this. I'm making an open invitation right here on Kevin Sword Show to say that we are open for dialogue. we're open for consultation. We're saying that we respect you. We're asking that you respect the voice of the over 300,000 Jamaicans who have been committed to building this tourism product, and I believe that they must be compensated properly, and their future must be preserved in terms of having long-term benefit. So we're open to conversations.
With
Okay.
the
Okay.
hoteliers
I
as
can.
well. We are open
And
to
with the hotel.
conversations with them as well.
Thank you.
As it relates to officers in the
Mhm.
organization, staffing, are you still filling positions? Are you taking on volunteers to help with the growth or the early onset? Are you looking for people to sit on committees as it relates to that aspect of the organization? What are you looking for?
Again, you asked the right questions, Kevin. We indeed have dedicated, hardworking individuals like Miss Foster, Miss Arthurs. We have Miss Misha Bent all the way from England. She's collecting data. Is somebody who I have encountered on TikTok that heard what we are doing, and she came along. She has been very good help in terms of scrutinizing the Labor Industrial Relation Act, and she has been providing proper information. Um, we have our secretary, we have the vice president, but most definitely we're still seeking officers when it comes on to, able to go out there on different outreach, right? People who do have expertise that will be, good contribution to us. We're still open. The door is still open for those persons to come along. And, on the oversight committee, we do have persons there. We do open for that as well, because guidance is very necessary. We don't want to go fast. We want to
Right,
go
right,
right. And
right.
we are patient, and we understand that we're in the embryonic stage and there's a lot to learn, but we know that we are vigilant and we are hardworking thus far. And I must shout out to Jabem. Dr. Devon Taylor has been amazing help when it comes on to strategy. And he was even in our leadership meeting today. And, he gives great insights, he gives guidance. And also a big thank you for Dr. Kadamami Knife as well, that is talking about how can we link the tourism product with the community for to boost entrepreneurship, MSMEs, and sustainable growth and development over a long period of time. So yes, we're still seeking officers and people who have positive contribution to our organization.
And so, anybody that is listening to this, anybody who will be listening to this, can just go ahead and reach out to you on the same platforms that you mentioned earlier,
What's that?
IG, TikTok.
Yes.
Okay, and the website is coming.
No, it's coming. It's coming, my brother.
Well, there's a server waiting for.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Say less.
Build it wherever you want to build it, but you put it somewhere.
Yes.
There's
So
a
true. So
community
true.
that is growing,
So
and so I want to thank you guys. You see, those of you that are listening and watching on YouTube would realize that I found what the issue was. Unfortunately, I found it at the end, but I found it nonetheless. Better late than never.
so true.
This is the beginning of this story.
Yes.
And from this point, you're in the midst of the hardest part. Getting the wheel moving takes a lot of energy. You have moved it from its stationary position. Now it's a matter of applying more energy to pick up some pace, to cover some ground. And so those of us who are out here who are, yes, Mr. Bram, finally, those of us who are out here on the outside looking in, everybody knows somebody. Jamaica is not that big for you to not know somebody who either worked in the industry or is working in the tourism industry. And to be honest, we're all representatives of Jamaica and its tourism. We all contribute to it. You move out of Jamaica and you go overseas, everybody loves Jamaica. Everybody wants to go to Jamaica. And you just became an ad for Jamaica. Now, when these people go to Jamaica, the people that they're encountering, because a lot of them do go to resorts, those people at those resorts that give them this grand experience most times never get to really enjoy that experience themselves. What I'm hearing from the NHWU as it is represented right here tonight is we can help to make sure that these people get to, at least for a weekend, have that kind of experience by making changes, by influencing change, by going to the negotiating table and negotiating for that change. There wasn't a group that stood up like this before. And this is a season where there is emphatic change. This is a season of new experiences. This is a season where you look at it and you say, boy, I've never seen anything like this. And guess what? It is the right season for it. Because now we have young, fresh minds and people that are being exposed to a whole lot more thanks to social media. Now they're seeing what is supposed to be. We're seeing what could be, and what should not be is being exposed. So we get to a place where we start to live better. We start to treat each other better. And my segment sponsors are probably going to kill me for not putting them up. But as we go about supporting each other, just like how we support our neighbors, this organization here, the NHWU, this will not be the last time anybody hear from them. Well, this will not be the last time anybody hear anything about them. Some of us are family to you now, Jamaics, from the interactions that we've had over the past few months. We have developed this relationship where people don't see you. I've gotten calls recently. Is Jamaics okay? We haven't seen him. And he's working. Now a lot of you know what he's working on because he didn't talk about it before. The organization has been formed. It is registered. Let's go ahead and support it so that it can do what it's setting out to do. You mentioned Zelle. Well, Cheryl mentioned Zelle and such. Donation platforms. Have you already started receiving donations? Is that set out already? And I guess this is for Cheryl to jump in here.
Okay, so the bank. Thank you for that
Go
question.
ahead.
The bank account has not been established as yet. I should have that up and running by this week. So I can provide that as soon as I've gotten the account number.
Okay.
But we have already in the process for getting that moving.
Perfect.
But may I add to that, Kevin? That
Well,
yeah,
of course.
thank you. Boy, you say so much amazing things just a while ago, you know, man. And it's indeed the time for it and change and everything. Jamaica, we have to do it now. But anyways, I'm going to add to what Mr. Arthur said that we are still having challenges getting the um, final information and things done with the account. But at this moment, we do have a Zelle account that we are able to receive from. I did
Mm-hmm.
send it to you, Kevin,
Oh, you did?
and yes, please have a look again. And what we want to do this Friday, if people do contribute, we have two things that we want to do. We want to honor our team members who have been a part of the union because trust me, man, them deserve a drink. Kevin, they have
Mm.
been committed. They deserve to go out and just look at the ocean, even if they're not going out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we are looking to go out on Friday again to go and do the campaigning, speaking to the people, engaging the tourism workers to say that, hey, did you know that you have rights? Did you know that you count? Did you know that
Yes.
your mental state makes sense and it will affect your family if you take home the pressures of work? Did you know that you deserve to be paid overtime? Did you know that you deserve to get your vacation and get rest when you need to? These are the things that we're going out there just to inform them. And with your contribution out there, your concern and your care, we are able to do this. And we want you to stay in tune with our social media pages because we will be putting them up. Because as Miss Foster been teaching us about the powers, narrative powers, disruptive powers, we're economic powers, we're
Mm-hmm,
taking
mm-hmm.
the teaching the lessons that we have been doing each Thursday and it continues. We're taking the training and the coaching into practice and we want the people to come along on this experience with us.
Mr. Downer and Miss Foster, Miss Arthur's, Miss, there's no S on that, Miss Arthur. Thank you very much for taking the time out. Thank you for recognizing and hearing your calling because I wouldn't take it upon myself to do what you're doing. So you could only be called for this. And there's something that I heard years ago on a gospel music station that God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. And some people might look on and say, but what qualifications do these people have? They have the experience that you don't. They have the calling that you didn't. And as such, you need to follow suit and take heed to what these people are saying. My mic wasn't working well for those who are watching on YouTube for a reason. They needed to hear what was coming from the NHWU. And you guys have presented well. You guys have given us a whole lot to think about and to start a dialogue about. But I know there's more. Even with you, Jamaics, there's more. Did you mute? Or is it just me not hearing you?
No, I
Oh,
mute. I did.
oh,
Yes.
okay.
There's a lot more for real, my brother.
Yeah. So that Zelle
Mm-hmm.
information, I think you meant to send it, but it didn't come through
It
because
didn't
I don't
come.
have it.
Let me fix that.
But what I want to also do is if we can use this one, I want to add it to my website.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put up the NHWU logo and
Mm-hmm.
add that to it so that people can know, hey, okay, this is the Zelle to contribute to the NHWU, um, and the social media links also. So we can go from there, and people can get connected. You may end up getting contacted by some of my affiliates that have
Mm-hmm.
been that carried this broadcast. So please keep an ear out for
Yeah.
that.
Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated.
All right. So thank you again. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna do a little bit of a mini musical therapy to close out this evening tonight.
Can we just give a
Uh,
final word before you go?
I would like for you all, however, to give a final word.
Yeah, I don't know if time killing you know, because I know time is up.
I I get done at midnight.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm not like Will. I get done at midnight.
All right, I will allow the ladies to go first as the gentleman that I am. Trust me, man.
That is it.
Superstars we have among us. Miss Foster, Miss Arthurs, whichever one of you would like to go first.
I can go, Michael. One last thing is that we meet every Thursday night on Zoom. So we can, person are interested, they can contact us as well. And we usually end with one word of how we're feeling. And my one word is always committed. I'm committed to this movement. I'm committed to see NHWU alive and keep it alive. So thank you, Kevin. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Cheryl. We are a team and we're ready to go. We're on fire. Oh, that's my one word. Yes.
Cheryl?
My one word is legacy, and I leave with that.
Mm.
I will have to quickly share that my son looked at me today and said to me, Daddy, ever since you got fired from the hotel, and he said it exactly like this, you have not taken a day off. You all you do
Mm.
is work on national hospitality work and union. And if I have no support, Kevin, kid you not, Miss Foster was there when we went out, and it was my son, Miss Foster, and I. And my son is the biggest supporter. He said, Daddy, I need more shirts to sell my friends' parents. And please make more brochure because we're going to hand them out. The other day I went to the university. I have to big up Lance. Lance is a young group at University of the West Indies that is taking it serious when it comes on to labor in our country. So big up Lance. But my son was at the taxi stand handing out brochure, telling people about this movement. I am indeed grateful for my boy. And I'm indeed grateful for those who support us now and who will be supporting us in the future. We are not here for a day or for a moment. This, as Miss Arthur said, is a legacy. This, as Miss Foster said, that she's committed. We have committed individual, and I'm inspired by these individuals, and I look forward to see a better Jamaica where all of us can take part in our tourism product because it is free business and it is our history, heritage, and
Yes.
culture. I will end by saying this. If you want something bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. And if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and lose all the terror of your opposition for it, if you simply go off for that thing that you want with all of your capacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty nor God sickness nor pain of the body or brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dog death and grim, beseech and beset it with the help of God, you'll get it. Kevin, thank you greatly. And to your listeners, supporters, thank you as well. We look forward to building Jamaica with you all. Take care. Bless up, my brother.
Much love, Jamaics. Cheryl, Angela, it's been a pleasure. Y'all have a great night.
Thank you for having us. Have a good night, listeners.
My pleasure.
Thank you
Take
for
care.
Have a
having
good
us.
night. Take
My
care.
pleasure.
Thank you.
People, words can't express, and I'm glad you could hear them when you couldn't hear me, because they're the ones that had the message. Charles and just Michael Dono, we must Jamaics. Thank you. They represent the National Hospitality Workers Union. If you never heard about it before, you've heard about it now. And guess what? You will never you will never forget it, because it is not going away. It is here to stay, it is here to grow, it is here to help people of Jamaica. If the hospitality workers are helped, don't blame yourself. Let's go ahead and help, because hey, that's the kind of people we are. You know, people, those of you on the TV side, I wish I could have tell you that
a little talk now.
You'd never believe
Man, but
what a nerve. You must be crazy. Go on, yeah.
Sometimes
That's the kind of people we are.
The PM making a crucial speech, MP behind, fast asleep.
That's the kind of people we are. Proud nation, a funny kind of people, with all that we've achieved along the way. And don't mistake the fact that though we fight amongst one another, don't come between us. Or you will feel the fire. Funeral late and everything ruined. Ventilate for him very own viewing. That's the kind of people we are.
No matter how we keep you waiting long, national creed is soon come.
That's the kind of people. That's the kind of people. That's the kind of people we are.
Help out the beggar man bandit, him jump up, drive off him pretty car.
That's the kind of people we are. Black couple get married, brown baby come. The husband proud, somebody get born. That's the kind of people we are.
You sure you use that? We are a proud,
yeah, we'll squeeze out something at the end, you know it, bro.
funny kind of people, with all that we've achieved throughout the years. Don't mistake
If there's one thing y'all should know about me by now,
us one another.
one way or another, I'll find a way.
Or you will feel the fire.
Girls fatten them leg with chicken pill. Bleach them face but them heel dog still. That's the kind of when you get some so we stay, so we stay.
Supporters fighting tooth and nail, while the leaders sharing shrimp cocktail.
That's the kind of people. That's the kind of people
Yeah, today was one of those long days.
we are. We have no doubt how the story will unfold.
No need to worry about world record or Olympic gold. For if one we didn't make it, one we will have to break it. Forget about the Gatlins and the gates, forget about the whole of them.
Beat the gate and buy out the bar, but you pay your youth to go and watch your car. That's the kind of people we
Yeah, man, that's the kind of people we are.
And remember, said to a countryman, only corner could be another island.
That's the kind of people. That's the kind of people. That's the kind of people we are. So is this.
And no matter what, we have to celebrate the kind of people that we are.
That though we fight amongst one another, don't
As we
Between us,
recognize that
feel the fire.
out of many we are one.
them leg with chicken pill. Bleach them face, but them heel dog still. That's the kind
We're a unique set, no matter what.
we stay.
Supporters fighting tooth and nail.
And there are none other like us. Loved everywhere.
That's the
But don't treat each other as ourselves. We don't treat each other well.
we have
But we can fix it.
how the story will unfold.
No need to worry about world record.
As we part company tonight, I do encourage you,
For if
look out for members of your community.
make it, one
Your community is not just a development that you live in, it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride or drive, these are members of your community.
beat the gate.
Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stewart, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you.
and
Through the problems and everything, the
Only
message
would be an
comes out, the message stands strong.
kind of people,
Our hospitality workers need our help.
that's the kind of,
The NHWU was formed for that purpose.
that's the kind of people,
Let's rally behind them. Let's rally around them. Let's rally with them. Let's make a difference.
that's the kind of people,
Because that's the kind of people that we really are.
that's the kind of people,
Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world from right here in South Florida. I wish you all a good night. Be good.
that's the kind of
Of course, if you can't be good at it.
people we are.
Take care until we do it again.
That's the kind of people, that's the kind of people, that's the kind of people we are. That's the kind of people.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.